Hey y'all, I'm coming today. I haven't done videos in 2 weeks. I have had like some crazy couple of weeks with like work and whatnot. So I haven't done videos, but I'm coming today with Scandal and How to Get Away with Murder. Now, y'all, both Scandal and How to Get Away with Murder both were really good this week. But How to Get Away with Murder had me just like gone. Um, I broke one of my nails. I didn't really fix it. And I've broken a couple of other ones. Like they're still on. Like this one, it's still on, but it's broke all the way across. And I'm not gonna try to put acrylic on it. I'm just gonna take it off. And rather than trying to take it off and put it right back on, I haven't actually had my nails just let them breathe for a while, so I will be taking them off and leaving just bare nail, leaving it, no acrylic, no nothing, for a week. So yeah, but anyways, okay, so the first video I'm gonna do, this is gonna be quick. I am gonna kind of skip around. It's Scandal episode 5. I'm gonna say season 5 episode 7, Even the Devil Deserves a Second Chance. Now, we already know that the devil that they're responding, they're referring to is Daddy Pope. Y'all, I just knocked off, I really need to take these nails off. I just knocked off one of my little things on my nails. Oh well. They're talking about Daddy Pope. That's, who I'm assuming they're talking about. Okay, I'm going to skip around. This will not be a long video because I really want to get to How to Get Away with Murder. It pretty much, the episode opens up, well, the last couple of episodes, just a recap, pretty much they've been pretty much dealing with them trying to impeach Fitz. Everybody knows him and Olivia together. Him and Millie done signed the divorce papers, but they're trying to actually impeach him, get him out of the White House. Well, late in the midnight hour, Daddy Pope came through with them B613 files on all the people that was on the committee, and that's how that went away. But the only reason he came through was because Liv got him out of jail, which Millie helped her. And at the end of last episode, Millie was like, oh yeah, you how did she say, she said something, she damn near quoted old Negro spiritual at the end, which was hilarious to me. But she said something and I can't remember it, but basically what she told Liv was, I helped you, I helped your dad, I helped you, I got your dad out of jail, so y'all just thought about that. She said, I got your dad out of jail, so you gonna help me get in the White House. But I'm kind of confused because on this episode they were saying that he escaped. Well, first they said he escaped. That's what Fitz thought at first. But then it was like, no, he just walked out. He had paperwork. But if you still, like how they're talking, it's kind of like, I don't know. I don't think Millie name on that paperwork. Okay. Now, we see Fitz trying to get back in good with the public, with the American public. He's, trying to think of different ways, that's positive, that'll show him in a positive light. One of the ways that he decides to give a medal to an author who's an American author, who's, somebody that's big in the feminist movement, a man, he's a professor, all this, that, and the third. Okay, so he decides to give him this medal. At the same time, a lady walks into Pope and Associates and says that this particular man, which I didn't write his name down, y'all, that's the dad. The dude that played the man is the dad off of Boy Meets World, which I used to love that show. They have a little spin-off, Girl Meets World, which is cute. Even though I'm grown, I watch it every now and then. But yeah, that's the daddy off Boy Meets World. Well, the lady says that he raped her. That she went to his house to discuss a paper because she was taking his class. He was a professor, and she woke up midway through, drugged, and he raped her. So they go talk to him and his wife. His wife is like, no, that's not true. At first, the wife is like, no, it's not true. Well, no, at first, the wife wasn't even, she just said, oh, yeah, she came to talk to you about a paper. Which, honestly, I already knew something was up. Because with as famous as a professor and writer as he was, why would his wife just automatically remember one random student? Like, that don't even make no sense to me. So I was already saying, yeah, some up with this, some ain't right. Okay. So the lady pretty much, the guy, he spends it saying, no, she plagiarized the paper and she tried to come on to me. Okay, so Liv go back to her and is like, look, this is he say she say. I can't prove it. We need to find other women. Y'all, they end up finding over 20 women that this man raped, starting all the way back to the 70s. So, because some of the women, are older. Come to find out, his wife knew. His wife was giving him the drugs to use. He would put the drugs in like tea or soda or juice and knock the women out, and he would rape them. Okay. The wife pretty much was like, well, my husband is still a good man and he's done so much for women and women's movement, and it's so many millions of girls and women who wouldn't have been able to read without him, and so what if he rapes women also? Y'all, I had the side eye. Now, am I the only one who picked up on? Y'all, that was some shade. That was major shade to me. It was shade to the Bill Cosby scandal that was going on, and yeah, that was shade on that. Okay, so in the end, because y'all do know I skip around. In the end, pretty much, they kind of storm in while he doing a book reading, a session with an audience, and they pretty much just stand up in front of him, and then he can't say, oh, it's he say, she say, because it's different women of all ages, older to younger, different ethnicities, pretty much all of them telling the same damn story. They went to his house, they drugged him, he drugged them and he raped them. So, and the wife is mad at Liv, what the hell are you doing, and all this stuff. She's not looking at the fact that, ma'am, it's your husband. Your husband is the one that's raping people. So in the end, as always, Liv, she work it out for the women. Now let's back up. We see that, when Liv quote unquote finds out that Daddy Pope Ronan is free, because she have to act like she don't know. She pretty much, oh my God, my dad's free, and she put on this little act or whatever. So when she go home that night, she says, Dad, thinking that maybe he at her house, and it's Jake. Jake like, no, y'all, Jake go in on Liv like so bad, pretty much because he pissed the fuck off that she helped Daddy Pope get out of jail, and Daddy Pope killed Elise, which Elise is his wife. Because Jake was about to leave. He was about to leave and go off into the sunset with Elise, but Daddy Pope got into it. Now the part that got me, I do gotta back up and say this. When Daddy Pope get out, y'all, it's Daddy Pope and the dude that was a Secret Service man. Like, that threw me. I'm like, what the heck? How he get out? That's why I was like, something ain't right about this. Some just ain't right, because Millie was helping Daddy Pope get out. But how did this other man get out? Who the hell let him out? Okay. So hopefully we gonna see some more of that. Jake and Fitz eventually tell, after he done went off on Liv and told her, you just what your daddy groomed you to be and blase whoop whoop, pretty much saying you get everything you want. Yeah, you're not married to Fitz. You didn't have to marry him. You got to keep your life, but your dad got out. Same thing Cyrus gonna tell her in the end when I'm talking about that. Fitz and Jake come up with that Jake is just gonna kill Daddy Pope. Which y'all look now. I'm sitting up here like, Lord, we might have to be by the end of the season, y'all, we might be planning Jake fume, because this is Daddy Pope we talking about. This is Daddy Pope. Like, come on, Jake. I don't think you just gonna kill Daddy Pope. So what's next? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm skipping around. We do see Lizzie Bear, as Cyrus calls her. Y'all know when she got fired last episode. She got fired from the White House when Cyrus came back. When Cyrus came back to help not last 2 episodes ago, he came back to try to help Fitz with the whole impeachment. So she pretty much comes and she lets Abby know, like, look here, I know stuff. I can go on Sally Langston, the old vice president. I can go on her little show and tell everything I know. So yeah, if y'all don't want me to do that, y'all need to give me a job. I want my job. I may not have my same job back, but I want a good job. I want to be making coin, back at the White House. So pretty much, Abby is like, we need to do what she want. Cyrus don't want her there. Cyrus ain't hearing that. Cyrus tried to get David to ban her from going onto the show, saying that it's a threat to national security. Doesn't really work out. She kind of go in on David, and Liv tell Fitz, like, look, let her go on the show. Like, let her. So she does end up going on the show, and instead of giving tea and spilling it and letting everybody know some of the stuff she know, she sticks up for Fitz, and she pretty much she sticks up for Fitz. Come to find out, he has made her the chief of staff to the vice president. So no, she's not, she don't have her old position, but hey, you still making coin, you still high up. Now Cyrus get all of his feelings about this, which I feel like Cyrus, the whole episode, you could see that Cyrus is in his feelings, which I feel like the thing that Cyrus is failing to realize, because at the end he go in on Liv too, and he's like, oh, you pulled the biggest coup of them all, because you not married to Fitz, you still got Pope and Associates, you done moved in the White House, so y'all shacking in the White House. You the real MVP is basically what he was telling Liv. You the real MVP. He don't listen to nothing I say no more. It's what you say. You pulling the strings. You the president. Because he like a puppy in your hand. Okay. Now, this what I say. Cyrus, boo. What Cyrus failed to realize is things wasn't gonna never be the same. Fitz, it is a deal breaker to help Ronan, in his opinion. Even if you're doing it for him, it's a deal breaker, which is backwards as hell. That's really backwards, but to him, it's a deal breaker. And since Cyrus and Millie helped Ronan, Daddy Pope, he's pretty much like, he done with them. Had they not tried to impeach him, Cyrus wouldn't have never came back, because Cyrus knew specific things that could pretty much get Fitz out the door. So Cyrus is in his feelings, but at the end of the day, like, you have your job, you're making money, but it's never gonna be like it was. And yes, I mean, to me, Liv has always, when Fitz and Liv was good and together, she has always been that ear, that person in his ear, that voice in his ear. Even there's many of instances throughout the seasons that Cyrus has told him to do something, but Liv has advised him to do something different, and he's gone with what Liv said. So, in a way, I don't really get why Cyrus all in his feelings or whatever. The next episode is going to be so good. Millie pretty much going to call Liv and say, look, I'm going to tell Fitz what we did. I'm going to tell Fitz that you let your daddy out. But I feel like they just showing us that. I believe Millie going to be like, I'm going to tell him unless you do XYZ. Because I have honestly tried to figure out how, Scandal is pretty much about, it's Olivia Pope, but it's her relationship to Fitz in the White House. I mean, Fitz's time in the White House is coming to an end. His second term is coming to an end. They probably only going to be able to squeeze maybe a season more out of his second term. So I've been thinking like, well, how are they going to keep this show going? They're going to keep it going because Millie pretty much going to get Olivia to help her get into the White House. So I believe since Millie is kind of on the outside now, I believe that she is going to, on the next episode, she going to tell Liv, look, if you don't help me do this, I'm going to tell Fitz what we did. And this going to start Millie come up. But y'all, that's my little thoughts. Last thing. Okay, now we do see David, the one who's with Abby, the one that's the Attorney General. We see him and Liv and the Vice President. Y'all, who would have ever thought this would be a love triangle with them three? Pretty much David and the Vice President, they was kind of flirting, a little bit in the beginning of the episode. They was flirting a little bit. But then at the end, when Liz come back to his, because like I said, Cyrus tries to get David to ban her. It doesn't work. So in the end, she has to come back because her laptop is at his office. And they pretty much like, well, I don't like you. I don't like you either. You short. You look like this. You look like that. And all of a sudden, y'all, they're rolling around on the little sofa, futon type deal. And I said, really? Then the Vice President, she come trying to bring him old 6-pack of wine coolers, but she ended up leaving, so she don't see them, or whatever. She ended up leaving, but I'm curious as to how this whole little scenario, how this gonna play out. Yeah, I didn't see that coming. That was funny to me. I did not see that coming. But y'all, that's it. Those are my thoughts. We have one more episode to the winter break, which kudos to Shonda them. Kudos to the shows for doing winter breaks, because I really can't remember a major show doing a winter break like this really until Scandal started doing it. Maybe I'm wrong, but I can't, because it's the holidays coming up. People gonna be doing other stuff. You don't want to have to be missing your shows or recording it. Like, you may be away from your home and stuff. So kudos to them for these winter breaks. I just be ready for them to come back on. Once the holidays over, once New Year's come in, okay, I need to start the next week. I'm ready. But y'all, this is my video. Thank y'all so much for watching. I make videos strictly because I like doing them. That's it. Thank y'all for watching.